Sigma FP footage is some of the most versatile footage I've ever worked with. When you get it inside of DaVinci, you can truly produce some stunning images from not even doing that much complex color work. But anyway, I've gotten some questions on my color workflow for Sigma FP footage, so I'm going to show you guys what I do to make this stuff look the way I like it. And that all starts with a little plugin called Film Convert. Film Convert, I first heard Ryan Connolly talk about it on Film Riot, and I looked into it, and they actually had a profile made specifically for the Sigma FP. In fact, the guy that lent his FP to Film Convert to do the profile color science stuff for commented on one of my videos. So thank you, sir, for giving us the Film Convert profile. What I do first when I go into DaVinci, this is a shot from our new Star Wars film that we're working on. It's our buddy's nephew Trevor here, doing a great job using the Force on some rocks. I'll come over to the image tab, which is where you have all the raw settings for Cinema DNG. Go to clip here so that we can work with just this clip instead of the project default. I'll go ahead and set this to Blackmagic Design and Blackmagic Design Film to get us into Blackmagic color space, because once we apply the Film Convert effect, you're gonna see it's gonna give us options for what kind of camera we have. We have a Sigma, we have an FP, and we have our color space in Cinema DNG Blackmagic Design Film. It immediately applies the contrast and the color associated with a specific film stock emulation that Film Convert has designed, of which they have, you know, probably 20 different options, 20 different film stock emulations to pick from. We got to turn off grain because it automatically applies a ton of grain, which I don't like. So basically you still have all of your raw settings from your camera to play with in this image tab. So if I wanted to adjust my color temperature, I can make this warmer, I could make it colder, we could do a night scene. Again, Sigma FP footage, you can crank this all the way down to 2000 Kelvin and nothing is breaking. It's like, the first time I did that, it like blew my freaking mind. But anyway, we'll set that back to 56,000, perfect. I've found, in my experience, that Color Boost does a fantastic job bringing saturation into your image without it looking overly fake. The magic number I found is usually somewhere around 25 or 30, just brings all this life into the image. So that's usually what I do for most of the FP footage. And the film stock emulation that I've picked that I like the most is this one right here, FJ8553 ET phone home. All of a sudden, we have a nice look going on. You can do simple things like this and use Film Convert, and that'll get you 90% of the way there. Some people even stop here, and that's totally fine. If you think it looks good, it looks good. You can go as crazy or as not crazy as you want, as long as you think the image looks the way you want it to look. The program is just a tool for you to do whatever you want. Now, a ton of color people are gonna go and yell at me for that because I'm not a colorist. But again, I pretty much think this is already, boom, 80% of the way, 90% of the way done. Now, what you could do is go from there and go in and do your power windows and correct your skin tone. You can do all that stuff by adding nodes in DaVinci, but this really just gets you a fantastic start to dialing in what kind of look you want. You know, look at all these options. Some of them are black and white, which you'll never use, but anyway, there's a ton of options. Sometimes I'll pull back these film color and print to film things. It kind of dials down the effect a little bit if you pull them both down. Or you could literally go in and you could apply this effect here too, and you could just dial down the whole effect with your output gain here on that node. That's pretty much my workflow for all the footage that I do. I toss it into Blackmagic Film, I throw on Film Convert, and then I'll go in, I'll play with my midtones here, I'll play with, you know, my wheels, I'll dial in a little bit further, and then at the end, a lot of times I will throw on an adjustment layer. Most times I'll throw the Film Convert plugin too on an adjustment layer, and then I'll make another adjustment layer for some kind of finishing LUT, which I usually go to our Osiris pack that we always use. We go to their 709 LUTs, and we'll toss on something like Vision 4 at like, I'll usually throw them at like 50% or 30%. That'll just tweak your final colors a little bit and give you a little bit of some cool color action. For someone like me that really doesn't do hardcore color work, you know, I don't consider myself a colorist. Like I said, it gets you so far with not a lot of work. And I love that because I'm super lazy. Anyway, that's my quick overview. I hope this helps everyone working with Sigma FP footage. You know, this is just one way to do it. There's a million ways to do color work inside of DaVinci, and I probably showed you none of it. I'm sorry, actual colorists who know how to do things, but it looks pretty good, I think. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I will try my best to answer them. Until next time, have yourself a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Or night.